Now, Brahma is the god with 4 faces that sends the light of consciousness out over the world that Vishnu has dreamed. And Brahma sits on the lotus, Padma, the goddess lotus, which is Vishnu's dream. And Vishnu, as I say, is asleep on the cosmic serpent out there on the cosmic waters. So Vishvakarman comes to the shore and he prays to Brahma up there on the lotus and tells him his story. Brahma says, okay, I'll fix this up. So Brahma gets off his lotus and prays to Vishnu and tells Vishnu what's going on here. And Vishnu, asleep, just says like that. So next morning, the porter at the gate of the palace that's being built sees a beautiful blue-black boy, kind of a Krishna type, surrounded by children who are amazed at the beauty of this youth. And the porter runs back to Indra, who's on his throne, and says to Indra, it's auspicious to invite this beautiful boy in, and I suggest you do so. Indra says, all right, show him in. So the boy is invited in, and he comes and stands before Indra's throne. Hospitality is offered in the way of fruits and so forth and so on. And then Indra asks, young man, what brings you here? With a voice like thunder rolling on the horizon, the boy replies, I've been told that you're building a greater palace than any palace that was ever built by any Indra before you. I've come to give it a once-over, and indeed, this is so. And Indra's sitting there, and he thinks, and he says, Indra's before me, young man. What are you talking about? And the boy says, just consider. Vishnu lies on the serpent. The lotus of a universe rises. On the lotus sits a Brahma. And every time Brahma opens his eyes, a world age comes into being, governed by an Indra. He closes his eyes. He opens his eyes. Another world age. He closes his eyes. This goes on for 360 divine years, eyes opening and closing. And then the lotus dissolves, and it goes back. Another lotus, another Brahma, opening, closing. And then he says, consider the galaxies in the infinitudes of space, each with its lotus, with its Brahma, eyes opening, eyes closing. There may be those in your court who would be willing to count the sands, the grains of sand on the beaches of the world, or the drops of water in the ocean. But who would count those Brahmas, let alone Indras?